Hey there, all my beautiful soul peeps. I'm back. I've missed you guys. Sending you guys also very much love. I've been getting a lot of messages about where are you, when are you coming back. So um, it's been a while, but I finally felt like it was time. Um, I kind of was pushed. I get think today with the full moon energies, the Friday the 13th full moon. With those energies, I think that that was kind of like a push for me to end my hiatus. So I'm back, and I'm so glad to be back. I've missed you guys, and I don't know, there's a lot to tell, but not a lot to tell, if that even makes sense. It will eventually, I guess, because I'll share the things that's been going on with me a little bit at a time. I do have a new healing program that will be coming out here pretty soon. I kind of felt like it should have already been out, but if it should have already been out, it would have already been out. So, whatever. We'll see. But there is a new program on the horizon coming very, very soon. So, look forward to that. Um, so I hope all of you guys have been great. Thank you for all of you guys that have stuck with me, and that are still here after, I don't know, it's been like 2-3 months now. And it's so crazy because I wasn't planning on taking a hiatus and being gone. It just like happened like that. And it wasn't like anything bad happened, or it kind of crazy. That's why it's all kind of hard to explain. And like I said, I'll get to it a little bit at a time. But anyways, so for now, I am going to start doing readings again, opening up private readings again, and I'll be doing the ones here on the channel. Probably not near as much as I used to, and maybe change it up a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. Just like I wasn't planning on going on hiatus, I really wasn't planning on coming back today. Like I said, it just all energetically just was a big push in both situations, both cases. So, anyways, let's see, there was something I wanted to talk about. There's so much I want to talk about, but I feel like a lot of it is like individual video type stuff, so try not to get into too much of all that. I did pull some runes. I don't know why I said runes. And I pulled some for divine masculine and divine feminine. Now, please, please, please keep in mind that these are energies within each of us, not specifically a male and a female, or like a divine partner or something like that. This could very easily and as well be just the energies that are inside you. That dualistic part of your brain that sometimes thinks like this or sometimes thinks like that, or sometimes feels this way or sometimes feels that way. So it's different energies within ourselves that we have to work on, that or we have to realize, address, not necessarily work on, remember, kind of awaken to. So anyways, I pulled some, and what we got was, for the masculine aspect, there is some defensiveness. Like, it's like there's a lot of growth and a lot of change. They're figuring out what works for them, what doesn't work for them, what makes them whole and feel complete within themselves. But they're also pretty defensive right now about any outside sources that may try to sway their decisions, and rightfully so, because I feel like they're very much in a what is the word? self-realization part of their healing journey. Really coming to terms with who they are, both light and dark, both masculine and feminine. But as they do that, they're shutting out the exterior input. Yeah, it's not the right words. Well, maybe. I mean, they are any external energies that keep them separate from themselves. And I guess anytime that we focus outside of ourselves, we are separating an aspect of ourselves from ourselves, if that makes sense. So anyways, that's what I've got for the masculine. Like, they're pretty defensive right now. They're not really taking a lot of input, except for, like, if they ask for input, then they may be taking that input, if that makes sense. Or at least taking it into consideration, mulling it around in their head. But they don't want any unsolicited advice. They're very, very defensive about unsolicited advice. And I can definitely identify with that aspect of my masculine side, my masculine energy. So I very much identify with that energy right now. And although I also identify with what's coming through for the divine feminine, which is good because, in my opinion, that's, like being able to see and realize these aspects in ourselves, both masculine and feminine, is providing more of a balance in your own person, which brings you to a more blissful, peaceful state within yourself, which, is kind of like where we're all trying to go with this anyway. So for the feminine, there is some constraint. They're getting all the signs and the signals. They're focusing on themselves, and not just themselves, but relationships too, though. Marriages, partnerships, just relationships in general. I mean, there's a lot of focus on themselves, and I feel like more of what they want out of a relationship, what they will accept now that they've realized their own self-worth and their own power. I think they've developed a lot more boundaries and healthy aspects of themselves that are going to draw in more healthy aspects of relationship partners. So, but there is some constraint. And I kind of feel like this is self-imposed constraint. Kind of holding yourself back. It could be some kind of energetic block that you're not conscious of. But there's something that is holding the divine feminines back from getting the relationship that they have, worked towards, basically, by doing the inner work within themselves all along. That's also moving you closer into a union with a partner on that level, on that same level of healing and awareness, consciousness. So this is causing the divine feminines to really be in their strength, which is very usual and comfortable now for the divine feminines, or becoming a lot more usual and comfortable. It feels more like home. Sorry, there's flies out here. Excuse me. Oh, and pardon my stutteriness. It's been a really long time since I've even messed with my cards. I haven't been pulling cards lately. I've just totally been in a whole other dynamic. Still getting messages and things like that, but just not messing with the cards. The cards, I don't usually use the cards for myself because I get downloaded messages for myself. So I haven't really messed with the cards because I haven't been, you know, checking on energies for everybody else. So, anyway, so do, you know, bear with me while I get reaccustomed to reading for you guys. So, anyways, that's what I've got for the divine masculines and the divine feminines. The divine masculines are in this state of being defensive, you know, while they're figuring themselves out. And the divine feminines are needing to overcome whatever is holding them back from moving forward. So, I mean, basically, that's kind of what both people are doing, or both energies are doing. Because, again, it doesn't have to be separate people. It can be one person. It can be separate people, you know. But, honestly, in my opinion, if one person is embodying one energy and the other person is embodying the other energy without vice versa embodying the opposite energy, then there's still duality and there's still separation. It's not until we come within our full divine masculine and feminine within that we pull in these higher vibrational relationships, these divine partnerships, whatever you want to call it, twin flame, twin souls, you know, soulmates. It doesn't matter. It's a higher vibrational relationship, a more whole and complete relationship. Whereas it used to, the dynamic used to seem like it was supposed to be, you know, two halves making a whole. It's really two wholes making a whole new energy. Because two halves would make a whole, and that wouldn't create a new energy. It would just complete an already existing energy. Whereas two wholes would make an entirely new energy, if that all makes sense. Sometimes trying to put this stuff out where other people can grasp onto it, because we all take in information in different ways. It's just crazy. Anyways, I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole with that. Let's get into the cards. I'm going to go ahead and make this relatively short because I've already been babbling for 13 minutes on the Friday the 13th, which is the full moon. So happy full moon, and happy Friday the 13th. I've always loved Friday the 13th, and it's funny because even my mom, that's not into any of this, has always said Friday the 13th was lucky for her. So I always thought that was pretty cool. Anywho, so let's see. I'm going to do just a couple of cards for each sign because I did the overall with the runes. And then I'll maybe get back into more of doing individual videos for individual elements and, you know, divine masculine, divine feminine. We'll see how it goes. You know, always flying by the seat of my pants. Just whatever comes, comes. So this is fire signs, and that is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And you don't have to be that. That could be your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. It doesn't have to be. It could be anywhere in your chart, and it could not even be in your chart. You could just be embodying that energy today. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And that goes for all the signs. You know, whatever I do, you don't have to have that in your chart. It can be, I mean, that could just be what you're embodying that day. So keep that in mind, and roles can reverse. If the person that I'm speaking about doesn't sound like you, but it sounds like the person you may be dealing with, you know, then flip that around. Obviously, that's how it goes. So yeah, and always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So all those disclaimers, yada yada yada. So here we go. Okay, fire signs. What is going on for fire signs for this week? The 13th through the, I don't know, what would it be? The 20th? Okay. Okay. The Eight of Wands in reverse. Can I see these? Got the Page of Wands. So something, fire signs, it looks like, you could be looking towards the past. You could be looking, or things could not be moving forward, and you're kind of looking at the past and maybe wondering why things aren't moving forward or why you can't move forward from something or why something became stagnant. Let's get 2 more cards. Whoa. Or 3. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I feel like there is a sense of not really wanting some type of cycle to end, or, well, no, okay. Hold on, let's get these off. Well, you guys still can't see them. Because we've got the Six of Swords and the World card also in the upright. And then the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. The underneath is the Sun. So, alright, fire signs. I feel like you're worried about moving forward from the past or because of the past. There's something about the past that you're holding on to. And until you put down your swords to move forward, then you will continue in some type of, it's like a negative thought pattern cycle, or there's some type of like negativity, like anger and aggression, or anxiety. I don't know, there's a lot of red and yellows and oranges in these first 3 cards, and then we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And so I feel like it's, yeah, I'm getting a lot of deep, anger from the past. And you've got all these like wild stallions, wild mustangs, or whatever, in this upside down, and I feel like, they're just laying there and they're just kicking. They're not going anywhere. Stirring up a lot of dust, stirring up a lot of trouble is what I'm getting. It's like being whispered to all the time with negativity. And I know we get that a lot in general, just everybody. But this feels like something, a lot of different things that have added up to, and I feel like, oh man, yeah, this, like, burying. It's like, you've got this person right here, and they're sitting, I almost feel like they're sitting on top of all these wild horses that are just kicking up dust and probably making a lot of noise, and they're trying to keep it calm, cool, and collected, on the top, and, trying to hold things down. But I feel like through that, they're trying to also, trying to get out. It's like there needs to be light shed on these old things in order to complete this cycle. And once you put down these swords and quit fighting against letting this stuff come up, then you get to start the new world. You get the new cycle, the new life. And you've got options. This is all about, having options. I mean, you can choose to not look at this stuff, not deal with this stuff, and feel like you're moving forward into something new, like if you're moving into a relationship or a new job, without dealing with this stuff, then it's going to be the same type of cycle that you've been in before. It's going to end up being the same type of job, or the same types of things are going to happen at the job, or the same types of things are going to happen in the relationship, or whatever. Whatever this is, it's going to keep going around. And it's like, it's telling you, it's your choice. You can deal with this, or you can leave it behind. But what you don't see is the sun at the underneath of the deck is the sun. And that's saying your happiness awaits. Your new life and happiness awaits if you do the work. If you let this stuff come up, if you shine the light on this stuff, and in this cycle that you've been going in, maybe a good portion of your life. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but this seems there's lots and lots to see. Well, I'm not even going to try to count them. There's just lots of horses. So there's lots of issues, and I feel like it's been, this issue adds to this issue and makes it a bigger issue, and then this issue adds to that, and then it makes it even bigger. And so it's almost like they all have to do with each other in a way, but they all are separate at the same time, if that makes sense. So you can maybe tackle them separate, even though they've turned into this one big giant mess, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I got for fire signs. Let me get, this is probably going to be way longer than I expected. Let me get one card. Oh no, I did not cleanse those, so I'm not going to do that. Never mind. So that's what I got for fire signs. Go ahead and shed the light, let the healing come through, and you'll be moving forward into calmer waters. Alright, so now we got earth signs. That is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Happy birthday. Are we still in Virgo season? I believe so, yeah. See, I'm so out of touch, I don't even know where we're at. I barely know that we're on the full moon today. Just been following the guidance. So anyway, alright, earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for this week, the 13th through the 20th. Oh, okay. There's one that's flipped in there. Alright, so we've got the King of Shields, which is the King of Pentacles in reverse. We've got Strength in reverse. And the Seven of Cauldrons. Two more, please. That's kind of strange. Because I feel like this is almost looking at the opposite side of that last one. Or, well, this could be, I feel like earth signs, this is, talk on it, how many cards am I going to get? What? Shoot. Got the Three of Shields in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse, and the Five, or the Druid in reverse. That's the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so earth signs, it looks like, I keep wanting to push these up, but you guys can't see them. Earth signs, it looks like you may be done with a relationship, done with a marriage. The King of Pentacles, the King of Shields there could be representative of a husband, and he's in reverse. I feel like there's just like a lack of wanting to put any more, maybe you've always been the strength or the strong one in a relationship, and you're done doing that. You know you have other options, Yeah, with the Druid in reverse, this, and then seeing Two of Wands in reverse. Wow. So, uh, yeah, Page of Cauldrons. There could be an apology coming after you walk away, Earth signs, because you've got the Page of Cauldrons on the back side and the Eight of Cauldrons. Um, but Earth signs, I feel like you know for you that this is not, whatever this situation is, whether this is work, this could also be a job. Whatever this situation is for you, it's not what you want. It's not what you deserve. It's not on the vibration. It's not a vibrational match. Whatever the situation is, it's not a vibrational match. I feel like it could be a relationship, like a romantic situation with the Three of Swords here. Well, just with all the cards that we have, the Three of Shields, the Three of Swords, the Druid, the King of Shields. So I feel like you've just chosen to take a different path with the Two of Wands in reverse here. You're looking in a different direction now because you're done being the one that is the glue, the one that holds things together. Yeah, the one that's always trying. Let's see what's. Oh yeah, I already said that's okay. But yeah, there could be an apology after you walk away, Earth signs. But it would have to be. Let's see, what do we got after that? Ace of Swords. Yeah, an apology with the truth. There's gonna have to be some. Excuse me, the truth. You know, like real feelings. Something tangible being offered. Something like that. But you do have other options, and I feel like you know that, Earth signs. You're already, looking out and like, realizing that this isn't your only option. That there is other options. You don't have to put more into this relationship than you already have. So I just wrote that out here. Yep, all of my cards. Anyways. Alright. So that is Earth. Now it's air. So yeah, Earth signs. I feel like basically you already know what you're doing. You probably. What happened? Okay. Anyway, I mean, that's probably something that you've been knowing for a while, and so you're like, okay, it's time to look out and about in other directions, I guess. And again, that can be relationship or a job. But whatever it is that's not working for you right now, that you've been putting in way more than you've been getting in return. It is so humid here, and my hair is like so frizzy and huge. I mean, it's huge all the time because I have a lot of it, but it's pretty frizzy and unruly. Alright, so air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And again, that doesn't have to be you. And flip it if it doesn't sound like you and it sounds like somebody you're dealing with. Alright, so air signs. The Emperor in reverse. Got the Star. Now, a lot of times I see the star as the divine feminine, but it also means like wishes granted. Um, so this could be air signs. It could be surrendering control, like, you know, giving it over to God, or letting the universe handle it, or you know, something along those lines. But just surrendering control. Surrendering is going to bring in wish fulfillment, bring in what you're wanting. Or it could be that you need to stop controlling things when it comes to a partnership. You know, we've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. The Devil in reverse. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and then we've got the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck. Okay, so air signs, it seems like in order for you to get your wish, and I feel like your wish has to do with turning this card right side up and keeping this one right side on the downside. So I feel like you want wish fulfillment, you want the happy life, happy wife, you want the spiritual connection, the spiritual love, the dog, the kids, all of that. There could have been some element of control from a devil energy in the past, some type of an addiction or obsession, codependency. The good news is this King of Swords, he's looking over the whole situation, very scrutinizing, and he is cutting out anything that no longer serves, which is very appropriate for the energy of tonight. I think the full moon is like at 11:30 something here in Oklahoma. So this could either be saying actually one of two things, actually probably many more than that, but I'm getting like one of two things. Either this, that you, air sign, you are either needing to release control, surrender control, and let things work out the way that the universe is, trying to allow them in order for you to get this wish fulfillment and get your Ten of Cups or get back your Ten of Cups. Or this also could be realizing that this negative, like this devil energy, could have been what has caused you to not obtain or to lose your Ten of Cups. And so you're having to realize that whatever this devil energy was a controlling factor. But that's why they're in reverse, is because the King of Swords is cutting those out. He's like, nope, we're getting this wish fulfillment. Because, the Ten of Cups is a really good card, but it's also not a major arcana like the Star. So this is like, this one trumps the Ten of Cups. It's like, this is everything. This is all wishes fulfilled. So it's like maybe what you thought you wanted, and maybe obsessions and addictions and codependency and things like that, control, all that is being cut out in order for this new cycle to start, this new wheel to start, this whole new life. So that's really cool. Air signs. So it's like, just keep doing what you're doing, assessing the situation. That reminds me a lot of the Divine Masculine, the runes for the Divine Masculine, about really assessing what needs to be, or you know, what they need to realize is them, and what is others people, what is outside influences. Um, and that seems like that King of Swords, he's really doing that, like cutting out everything and, you know, shutting down anything that doesn't sit well, feel well, Sometimes I say things and I'm like, wow, that sounds super hickish. Anyways, so this is for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Now, the 13th until 20th. And these are just overalls. Like I said, if I do the individual videos again, I'll still probably do them before the 20th. This is just to put something out there because it's been forever. I was going to do a live, but I didn't think I could keep up with the cards and a live tonight. I was like, you better get back in the swing of things before you try that. So, alright, water signs. Whoops. Nope. That was a lot of word vomit. Water signs. Are we feeling very emotional? Are we going through it? I know I was feeling kind of emotional. I'm a Cancer rising. I was feeling pretty emotional over the last few days. Like, just out of the blue, random emotions popping up, and I'm just like, where does that come from? Oh, I remember what I wanted to talk about now. It was a vision I got last night, or a message that I got last night. I'll talk about that after this. Or I may do a whole other video on that. It's pretty interesting. Alright. Water signs. Water signs. Knight of Pentacles. I'll put that one back in though, because I really didn't feel it. I felt like I flipped it out with my finger. Okay, try this again. Ace of Wands. Could be, let's see, Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups in reverse. Could have a new creative project coming after something didn't work out. You could be finding new passion after something didn't work out. You didn't get something that you wanted. Let's see what else we got. Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel like after something didn't work out, like something didn't quite get off the ground before it ended. And I don't necessarily mean that like in a longevity type of way. It's more in a, I feel like whatever this was, there wasn't a lot of depth to it. Or it could have been very one-sided here. But whatever it was, there's something new coming in. A new creative project, a new passion, a new romance, after something else didn't work out. Whoa, okay. Yeah, after something didn't work out, either you left somebody out in the cold, with the Five of Pentacles, or somebody left you out in the cold. But then that's going to bring in the Ten of Pentacles, which is happy wife, happy life. Page of Cups in reverse. I feel like this is like, because you've got Page of Cups in reverse is your overall energy, like somebody didn't give you an apology, or you're finally realizing that an apology isn't enough, or that even an apology doesn't make things right or better or something like that. Because things are never going to be the Nine of Cups here. Never going to be the wish fulfillment. And yeah, somebody walked away, somebody left, somebody out in the cold here. But all for the good, you know. In the end, it's the better for everyone involved, because then you get this new creative project, this new passionate love offer that's going to be everything that you wanted. It's going to be the security, the foundation, and it very well could be like a job offer, you know, something that's going to bring in more money, more finances after losing finances, because this could have been something that where you lost some money, something that you were passionate about, that you put like all your hopes and dreams into. You lost a lot of money, but it's going to put you on the path to like maybe a similar project, but different, that's going to bring in all of the money. It's the bottom of the deck. Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you have new goals. You have a new path. You're learning that you have a new path. This Page of Wands, you know, he was walking down a path that it was the wrong path. It wasn't bringing in the wish fulfillment. It led to abandonment, somebody walking away from somebody else. But like I said, in the end, it is for the greater good of all involved. You will get what is meant for you, which, you know, whatever this other situation was, this obviously wasn't meant for you. But I feel like it was like a catalyst to show you a direction of where you could go, where you're going to end up, if that makes sense. So for instance, if this was a job that you thought was like a dream job, and then it turned out to where just for no reason you got fired or something, it's because there's a new, even more fitting job for you right around the corner. Or if this was a relationship and you thought, like, this is the best relationship I've ever had, this is obviously the one, this was just to show you that it's better than what you've had because you deserve better. And so there will be yet an even better match of a relationship that comes towards you then. So, if all that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I've got. Not too bad. Got you all, everybody done before an hour. So I guess I will go ahead and talk a little bit about the message I got last night, or it could have been early this morning. But anyway, either way, it was really strange because I was standing almost like it was white. Everything was like white, almost like the background, like the background was a piece of paper or something. And even like the ground and everything was white. It was like I was in this white space, but it wasn't like a room. I felt like I was outside, free, you know, like no boundaries or anything like that, if that makes sense. But there was this, I could see this tornado type, cyclone type of energy swirling around me, but then I could also, and I could see that, like visually see that, but then I could feel this sweeping from side, it would be from north to south, I think it would be, just trying to envision the way I seen it, the sweeping motion of energy that I could literally feel, even in like my vision. I could feel this push, like it was like pushing me, but not out of my steps, but just I could feel the momentum of the air pushing me, like almost making me sway, but not making me move my feet, if that makes sense. So it was a very odd feeling inside, because I had this circular, cyclonic, cyclical, no, none of those are right. Anyways, it was like a cyclone motion, and then crosswind motion. So, and it seems like there was a message with it too, and now I can't remember the words. But definitely some big energies are happening. Like, 2 to 3. It was gonna last for 2 to 3 days, or it was 2 to 3 days from now. So yeah, I never got clarity on that, whether it was, I think it was gonna last 2 to 3 days, so like it would have been maybe started today, next, and then what would be, today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe by Monday it would be over, or maybe by Monday it starts. So I don't know. I haven't been researching or in the know, or looked at anybody else's videos or anything to know what the hell that could possibly mean. That's just what come through. Like I said, it was either last night when I was falling asleep, or I wake up a lot, and so I fall asleep a lot. So one of the times I was falling asleep is when that one came. So yeah, for whatever, if you guys know what that means, if it means anything to you guys, or if you guys have heard, something about the energies doing something weird like that with a circular motion and then crosswind motion, yeah, let me know, because I have no idea. So anyways, I think that's everything. I am going to open up and start doing a few private readings again. It'll probably be very few at first, so if you want to get a private reading, that information will still be in the description box below, if I remember how to do all that. The other services, I don't know when I'm going to start offering those again, so bear with me. I will start offering them again soon. What else? And if you want to do energy exchange donations, or you just want to donate to the channel, you can do that at paypal.me/Angel of the Dawn. I love you guys so very much. And this is Angel of the Dawn. Same peace, love, and light out. Until next time.